Hello, 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 and welcome back to the RuPaul's Drag Race recap here on RHAP We Know Reality TV. Tonight we're going to be talking about episode 7 of season 18, and the competition is starting to really heat up. I'm excited to chat with Aman Adwin, as per usual, to break down all of the drama and conflama of week 7. Aman, how are you doing? How did you enjoy the episode?
I'm doing okay. I love the episode. Sorry we're coming to you through a little later than usual, but we're here and we're queer and we're ready to talk all things
Oh, yes, we are.
Drag Race episode 7. Yeah, heating up for sure. Lots going on. Very interesting episode. Some drama llama llama. And yeah, I have some thoughts about this episode and I'm excited to break it down for sure. And I'm sorry that I'm not at my usual setup either. A little technical difficulties, but we're here. We're here.
We're here. Listen, as long as we are showing up, that's all that matters, right? So we have quite an episode. In this episode this week, we have the queens putting together political campaigns, essentially, with the like a partner, right? And I thought it was interesting that in the very beginning, they don't really get to choose their partners. They have to grab a Brazilian nut and match it with another nut.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, sometimes things get a little nutty. What can I say?
Come again. Um, Listen, this is like peak Drag Race when it was on Logo, I feel like. I mean, like,
right.
it was like
It's so stupid.
really stupid, but like not even trying to be an innuendo anymore, just like openly just saying things. I love that. But it was interesting. We ended up getting some pretty interesting pairings. I definitely think that there were some queens that were pretty nervous to be with other people that they were paired up with, and other queens who ended up being able to kind of pull out something special that they didn't realize they would have because of the partner that they ended up with. Aman, what did you think about this idea of a challenge, this political campaign? But like given specific issues to talk about.
You know, in a way, at first glance, I was like, oh, here's Drag Race's social commentary on what's going on in the world. Drag in general is just a political statement as it is. But I kind of appreciated the fact that they went so deep into like dissenting and assenting opinions on specific props and bills, because I think that nitty gritty is kind of like lost on the general public a lot of the time. Like we tend to argue about like the overarching themes of social politics. Like, are you anti-abortion? Are you not? Are you anti-LGBTQ? Are you not? Are you do you think women should have basic rights? Or are you not? Like, you know what I mean? So
I don't. It's not where I'm at. I'm not a big fan of women voting. It's hard.
but yeah, like that's kind of like where we're at with it. And so
Yeah.
I appreciated that it was like we're going to talk about specific things within the bills, within the props to either agree or disagree with. And I think it really just brings back home, bitch vote, bitch vote, bitch vote. Like, I know it feels like we don't have a lot of power a lot of the time, but you do, and you got to vote. So.
And not only do you have to vote, you really need to do your research as to how your vote may affect things, right? So if you are somebody who is staunchly wanting to vote third party, like look into what that might look like, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you want to vote one party over another, really look into what that could mean. So don't just vote, do the hard work, right? So with that said, what I really loved about this was that they were all like drag platforms, right? Normally in these kind of political campaigns in the past, it's really been like, I think of like Bob the Drag Queen, Derek Barry, and how it had like virtually nothing really to do with like a drag country as if it were, but like they just made it a complete smear campaign, which was the challenge, and it was really funny and it was great. This is the first time I truly feel like the queens were like given the topic of what they needed to be for and against, but they had to come up with like what were the points for and against it themselves. That to me, I think is a huge difference that I think what we've seen is that we need a little bit more from production. So this for me was great. It gave them an idea, but then they could say, okay, now you guys write what this means, rather than just going, come up with something. And I think that it also, when we have, you know, Darlene and Vita versus Mia and Juicy for who's going to have padding versus no padding, or social media queens versus, you know, non-social media queens. Like I sat back and I genuinely was like, this is very interesting because I'm learning something about these queens. They ended up going with what I thought they would all end up going for, but it was just fascinating. Like, why did Darlene want the padding, no padding one so badly?
Yeah, I I was very interested in that entire discourse because, you know, Mia's whole point was that, like, something happened last week. You know, I let you have whatever it is that you wanted, and now I'm asking for the same courtesy. And Darlene is like, well, you didn't say that that's what you wanted, so to act as if that's you're using that as like some type of like combatant in the argument, I don't really appreciate that. But at the same time, I was like, well, girl, she's saying it now, like,
Right.
and I don't think that she's being like underhanded by like not, like, if someone is trying to avoid conflict, you know, yeah, maybe there is something to be said about, like, you know, stand up for yourself, sure. So I can take that, but at the same time I'm like, girl, like, she wants it now, so just like, if you give a damn, then just either concede, or, which I didn't hate the fact that she was like, do you want to do rock paper scissors? Like, it was like, if you guys are like really that like pressed on either side about it, okay, then fine, maybe rock paper scissors is the way to go.
But I'm
But
also obsessed with them going with Mia going, no, I don't want to do rock, paper, scissors. I want, because I was like, yes, fierce. Why leave it up to chance? If you care that much,
yes.
you convince the other person. Don't leave it up to fate. Right.
Mm-hmm,
So I was
mm-hmm.
like, yeah, you better fight for that.
Press that issue. Press
Yes.
that issue, bitch. I hear
But I
that.
thought I still can't get why Darlene wanted that over the social media queen when it's so in her, like,
Me
this is what was
neither.
so interesting to me. And I think that, I mean, the obvious answer that I've come up with is she wanted to do something that wasn't expected of her, but that was never even expressed. In this episode gave me a real turning point in, I think, the storyline of Darlene for this season. Because I truly felt until the talent show, really, that she was somebody who was just not really letting the competition get to her. She was just happy to be there. She was just being her quirky self. And now I'm starting to see the paranoia of the competition kind of infiltrate not just decision making, but also the way in which she's talking about the other queens and the drama in the room. Beforehand, it was kind of just going, it doesn't really affect me, but I can almost see it coming to her, right? Like, I can start seeing in this particular episode that she's like starting to kind of let the paranoia of the competition and get at her. And so, does this mean that she leaves earlier than later? Does it mean that she has like a whole storyline? Maybe this was just a blip in the week, but there was just something about her fighting for this, and then like the entire episode being like, I guess this is in my wheelhouse. It's like, what do you mean you guess this is in your wheelhouse? You are a social media queen. Like, you talk about this, right? You're a bedroom queen, and that's great. This is right up your alley. I don't
You know,
know.
I really, I think that I appreciated the fact that she was sort of willing to roll with the punches, and I feel like that seems to be her, you know, her winning narrative here, is that she eventually let Mia have whatever it is that she wanted,
Yep.
and she also like allowed herself to fall into like, bitch, you're a bedroom queen, like, you know how this shit works. You know how to do this. And she took the critique from Michelle about, like, you need to create more of a character. Go Jennifer Coolidge. It's gonna work for you. Like, and it worked. It all worked. So like, I'm just as befuddled as you are. I don't understand why it was such a point of contention for her, but like,
I
okay, girl.
understand it more for Vita fighting, right? So Vita has this you know, as a pageant queen, yes, of course she's done bar work and of course she's done social media work, but she's neither one are really like what represent her, or at least from my perspective as an audience member being introduced to her and her drag. So I don't know, maybe Darlene was just kind of fighting on her behalf, but it seemed like very different. I don't think it's a negative thing. I just notice it a little bit just because it seems so different from her.
Yeah.
So we'll get into each of the queens, their runway and their performance here in a second, but just to give us an overview, the pairs were Darlene and Vita debating social media and versus bar scene queens. Jane and Kenya were on whether the letter C for clown should be added to the LGBTQIA plus acronym. Mia and Juicy were on making padding and lace fronts mandatory or not.
Yes.
And then Mikey and Athena argued over foreign men relations, which I loved that as a concept. I thought that is really a smart way of trying to mix politics with this. And then I have Nini and Discord discussing the legality of Kai relationship, as they say. So I loved that we had one of them that kind of seemed like it was more related to actual politics in a way with this I don't know what I'm trying to say.
No, I got you.
Play on words. That's what I would say. Thank you. Yes. Well, let's add the queens to the screen, shall we? We'll go over each of the pairs and what they were able to do. The first queen that we have for this week is Jane Don't. And also this was a see-through runway where there had to be some kind of like see-through illusion.
I can see through hers. I think was the
through her.
Here's I'm starting to feel about Jane Don't.
You better tell me.
I feel like I am too dumb.
I don't think that.
I am starting to feel like she is way more esoteric than like I cared to know. Like not that I cared to know, but more so like I think RuPaul said it best at the encapsulating his entire critique of her was like, you're just very, very clever. And I was like, yeah, you're right, because I don't know if I did get Lee Bowery at first, but I feel like there's so much more going on here.
Oh, you're muted. I gotta tell you, Aman, I don't like this outfit. I understand the inspiration, but that doesn't mean just because it's a Lee Bowery inspired outfit that I like it, right? I think, I like the play of the colors of like the hot pink being the see-through into the kind of checkered outfit, the face kini. I love that the hair is outside of the face kini. Like, that's so insane. In weird, I don't know what it is about this. I don't know if anybody watches The Pit, but for some reason, the way that this face kini and her makeup looks, she reminds me of Dr. Santos. I don't know why. I'm so confused by
Beth.
it.
I'm so upset. You have ruined that for me now. Like,
I caught up with The Pit after I watched this, and maybe that's why, but like I can't get it out of my head. So I understand that that's a crazy thing, but like, am I wrong when you look at that top picture?
No, you're not wrong. I see it now, and I hate it. I hate it.
Ooh, girl.
But I think she did a good job. I think that because her group was what are they doing? They were doing
she was the clown who wanted to add the C to the acronym.
To the LGBT. Yeah, okay. I think that she got the message across well. I thought that it could have been a little bit funnier. I did feel like it was like a touch reserved for her, but I got it. I thought that she did the job.
I actually think Jane has put herself into a very weird position in the first time you're in a competition, which is if she doesn't do something at her level and exceed even her own expectations, then we're like, okay, it was fine. But like the thing is, I would pay money, I'm sure, to see that character, right?
Yeah.
We got it for free, or how much you ever pay for watching Drag Race. So I just think that it's just fascinating. Like she has set the bar so high that even like, you know, I expected her to do well. And she did do well. She was funny. She had a sense of character. But I also just kind of expected it at this point.
Yeah.
Like I don't think there was, I genuinely think she needs to do some kind of character that's really different. Right? Not just like, oh my God, could you fuck me in the ass? Like not just like that kind of character over and over and over, which is hysterical and funny. But I just wonder, I hope for her sake that the judges and the audience alike don't just kind of go, to something that is clearly really good that she's doing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that's pretty astute. I agree.
The next queen, her partner was Kenya Pleaser, who I also thought did really well in the challenge. I don't think that she was in the top, but I think she did a serviceable job. And I think that shows you where Kenya has her strengths, which is being able to play a character and use that personality and charisma.
Now, say something good about the look. Explain this look to me.
You want me to say something good, nice about the look?
Yes, because I
like the color pink on her.
Kenya, what's going on? What is going on? What is going on?
Did this not look like a laminate from like some kind of sticker toy thing in the 90s? Like I get that that's maybe what she's going for, but I don't know.
People were bringing up so many references during this, and I was like, I see what y'all are going for. I don't think that she was going for the same thing. And I and the see-through of it all, you know, like maybe let me show a little bit of grace, because like she's a bigger girl, so like sheer material over a larger surface area isn't always like, you know, like I get it. Like she has to do a little bit more than some of the other queens might have to. So like I will give her that. I just don't like.
Come on, she doesn't need to do an above the knee boot weird thing.
Just don't
that does not mean she needs to do that. Here's the thing. Okay.
Maybe I was spitting too much. I just really tried. I just hate this. I hate this look so much. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And like in her performance, I agree. It was fine. It was like, you know, she did what she did, and you know, she's naturally charismatic, or so they would like us to believe. I'm not getting what they want us to get from Kenya. I think that she's great in the diary room. I really do. But past that, I'm like, okay, are we just keeping her here for narration's sake? You know what I mean?
I think that if she had done, or if the people who were in the bottom had done any better, she would have found herself in the bottom, purely because it's clear that production also was like, cool, we're really happy we got you, but we don't know. Like, just the last week of it at all showed the writing on the wall to me of how production feels about Kenya, which is too bad. And I'm sure Kenya also feels that, which affects your ability to do well in the competition. But that said, you packed this outfit, girl.
She really did. She got the boots. She got
I gotta say, the issue I have with this has nothing to do with her size, and has everything to do with in what world is this a look for the main stage of Drag Race? You know what I mean? If it's a see-through, right? I'm not getting.
What are we seeing through?
Yeah, exactly. Our expectations.
Girl, see what through? Like,
But you know what? I love her commitment to, showing off the outfit on the runway and all that kind of stuff. Like, she didn't just like, all right, here's my outfit. She always puts the personality in it. And that's the way you got to do it. I feel like if she had done any worse, or if any people who were in the bottom had done any better, she would have been in the bottom. I do not feel confident about how much farther she'll make it in the competition. And quite frankly, she suffers from the opposite thing that Jane don't does, which is I thought Jane was really good in the challenge, but I came to expect that. And I think Kenya did well in the challenge, but it might be because I wasn't expecting her to do as well, considering the things that she prepared to bring, like writing her own song, she didn't even know the words to. So those were things but clearly she and Jane worked well together. Their rehearsals and their time with Michelle seemed to work pretty smoothly compared to some other queens. So I'm willing to give her safe passes for this week. But I am, Kenya, we're rooting for you, but we're also like, girl, please.
I really do like her. I
know.
I don't want people to think that I don't like her. I do. It's just what's going on?
I want you guys to know that before we started, I'm gonna make everybody think that I like Kenya. Next up, we have Juicy Love Dion, who does find herself in the bottom 2 this week. Juicy and Mia ended up with the no padding thing. And Juicy made the, I thought, very obvious decision to go environmentalist and with no personality. What did you think?
Yeah, girl, it just like, what's going on? It wasn't like, I just feel like it was very just wooden, and there wasn't much to it. And the fact that you're talking about being in bare feet and Michelle has to remind you that you're not in bare feet, like, come on, like, read the room, know what it is that you're going for. And I think that Mia and Juicy are like kind of like, I think all the Florida girls, to be honest, or the Dion girls are falling into this codependency ritual each episode where
relax talk. Oh my god, why can't I say that? Oh my god.
Relax-a-talks. Yeah. But yes, I think that it's very it's a lot of comfortability, which is cool to like have people that you care about and that you depend on, but it's very hindering towards your performance in this game. And a piece of me is like, maybe this is just like my paranoid brain going overactive, but I was like, Mia, did you team up with Juicy because you knew that you would be better in the situation?
Listen, it was because they drew the same nut, remember? That's why they're teamed up. They didn't choose. They pulled the same nut.
Okay. Well,
now a word from our sponsors. No, just kidding. But yeah, no, I agree. I think that the two of them were so happy to be paired together, but it's like the moment they sit down to start working, they realize, we are not the people who are creative.
We don't bounce off each other well in this way. Yeah.
And I think that Mia did do a stronger job, which is why she is found to be the safe of the 3 bottoms and such. But it's very fascinating to me that Juicy, who won the acting challenge last time, who was able to just do that kind of character, it's like she had to come up with why somebody wouldn't want to use like padding and that kind of thing. And I was like, girl, you don't use pads. Why don't you? And if your answer is environmentalism, I'm gonna slap you, because I know for goddamn sure it's not because of environmental reasons. It's because you look fucking sickening with or without padding. Okay. So she was like, at the very end, I can't remember if this was on Untucked or not. She was like, I don't know, maybe I should have just gone like the Banji route. And I was like, if that is who you think you could be in that moment, that's absolutely what you should have done. but take something that's real for you and then exploit the hell out of it. So like that's what I wish you could have done, is been like, I think that drag queens need to start relying on that body. Like that would have been so funny, right? Like if you just did that, turned it all on its head, and like, you know, women's bodies all are different shapes and sizes. How come drag queens have to make it look a specific way? And like you could have gone so social justice like that direction if you wanted to with it. But the point was, it didn't matter who the character was if she wasn't willing to give more. And I just think that she got so in her head that she just was like, I just got to say these lines at a camera and hope it works.
Yeah, I think it was one of those things where in the back of her mind, she knew that if she has to lip sync, it might not be the end of the world for her.
Oh, that too, yeah.
But no, I agree with what you were saying earlier in that, like, it was very recitatory, just like, I'm just going to say this. We hope it works. It is what it is. But I will say, you know, I agree with Leland and here we go. Forgetting names again. Other guest judge, choreographer. What's his name? Black guy, bald guy. What's his name?
Jamal.
Thank you, Jamal Simpson. I agree with their. So
I want you to know that no.
I like RuPaul. I like RuPaul.
Okay. For everybody at home, it's been 18 regular seasons, plus all the All-Stars, plus all these other things, plus Aman and I are approaching 70 years old. Okay. So when you had that moment, and while I went to say Jamal to you, before I said Jamal, Todrick was the name that came out. And I stopped and said Jamal, and then yeah. So listen, y'all have to have grace with us too.
I was just gonna say that I appreciated their critiques on the look, because they were like, you know, this is Met Gala level, and I absolutely agree. It is so avant-garde. It is so beautiful and pretty, and it gives me forgive me, but I was at a convention this past weekend and I saw a ton of Sailor Moon costumes. Ooh. And that is what this is giving me. The texture of what Michelle said, Rolodex like hair type deal, and using that same design for the ruffling around the trim of the skirt. It's just so fun. It's so whimsical. Yeah. It's so beautiful. And the paint job is out of this world. I do think that the torso might be a touch long. It needs to be raised just 2 to 3 inches. But
then everything is perfect to me, including the length of the skirt. That's exactly what I was going to say. And also, not wearing pads. Okay, anyway. No, I 1,000% agree. This is a situation where I can look at this and appreciate it for the high fashion, art, avant-garde aspect of it, but also look at it and go, I personally don't care for it. And that doesn't mean that I think that it's not a good look on the runway. It just doesn't connect with me. I'm like, she kind of looks like it just doesn't click for me, and that's fine.
You know what's interesting? Like, no, sorry, continue.
No, I was just gonna say, it was like, it doesn't click for me. Like, not in the way that like Jane Don'ts didn't click for me. That didn't click for me because I felt like it didn't go far enough. I think this is a perfect level at where it is. I think it is beautifully constructed. I think it fits her like a glove. I do agree about the torso. I love the shoes. I love the way it makes her legs so skinny. But if the skirt was a little higher and if the torso were a little higher, then her legs would be elongated. And she's such a short, small.
Yeah.
But I love and I also don't like the headpiece. Like, it's one of those things that I can't stop looking at. And I think it's like a swim cap with like a weird frill thing on it. But at the same time, I'm like,
that's what it is. A swim cap. I was like, what is it giving? Okay,
Yeah.
yes. Mm-hmm.
But I at the same time can't stop looking at it, and I think that that is absolutely the mark of something that's really incredible on the runway. Whether or not you connect with it is fine, but I have to sometimes sit there and go, I may not get it, and I also am like a t-shirt and jeans kind of person, so like clearly fashion all of y'all who've listened to me for
Yeah.
seasons at this point know fashion is not necessarily like my strong suit. But whenever a piece like this comes on the runway and I'm like not sure if I like it or not, that tells me it's good drag.
Yeah.
Because it's making me think about it.
I was just gonna say that it looks like, now that I'm looking at it, the bottom picture specifically, it looks like one of those Mugler pieces. Cut the skirt off, and it's just the torso with the protruding hips. It looks like was what was originally there, and she added something to it, as opposed to that bottom hip piece going away and then adding that skirt to the top. You know what I mean? Like,
I like that. This is actually, it's so funny that she did the no padding thing too, because this is a great way to show sculpture without padding, was using those kind of hip bumps. And if you moved them up like an inch higher, it would be right where I think her hips really are. I think they're a little low in order to try to elongate her torso to create that V down in order to give her that shape, because she doesn't do padding and such. I have no sense with this particular dress if that's like somewhat corseted in or not. But I genuinely think part of the charm of the outfit, as well as the thing that we're having a hard time placing with our mind, is the fact that it's not where it is, right? I think that that is kind of the statement of it in a way. Again, great artistic piece, I think.
Very.
Her partner was Mia in this challenge. I felt like she was definitely the stronger of the two. She had a sense of character, and quite frankly, she had jokes. Or joke. I think I gave a at one point.
Yeah.
I feel like, and I do feel like she kind of carried the two of them. This runway, I like the oversized glasses, and I like the hair and her makeup. I did not know she was wearing an X-ray thing until she said, "Yeah, me and Darlene, the two extra girls," and I went, "Oh, that's what that is." Okay.
Honey, there is work to be done. I appreciate the concept behind this. I do. I don't know why the juxtaposition of the colors with the boots and the suit are like skeeving me, because they work, but I don't like it. Like, I think it is such a stark contrast. And I understand that it like gets tied in with the sheer shoulder type deal going on here with the boots. I get it, and I do appreciate the drama of the gigantic glasses. But girl, no, what is going on?
But what is the point of the glasses? Are they supposed to be you're getting an X-ray so you have sunglasses on? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think I think that's what your instinct is correct. It's just X-ray, gigantic glasses, able to see through it. Like, you see through people, and that works, I guess. Like, if this were 1982, we'd be like, yes, girl. But no.
I was going to say, if this was Halloween 2008 and because I think that this has a lot of, let's not pretend like her body doesn't look banging, and
I don't know, she looks amazing.
Right.
She looks amazing.
Except for the actual outfit
thing
itself.
of it all. Yeah.
I could see people wearing this out and that kind of thing, but I don't see it for a runway that is like a see-through thing. Like, I understand the X-ray was see-through. I understand that, but I also didn't know it was an X-ray, because it's just so hard to see that with the layers that it has over it. So
yeah, I thought her performance in between the two of them and Juicy obviously a little better. Did you see the pattern with the critiques with the judges where it was one person was good and one person was bad in each pair?
Yeah, and you know what? I felt like that was not necessarily needed for a couple of the pairs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like I will get to them, but I mean for this pair, I think they both deserve to be in the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that Mia deserved to be safe out of who was in the bottom, so I'm happy that she was safe. Um, but yeah, I thought it was very interesting that there was clearly a character or a queen, I mean, that the judges thought, "Oh, this one was better than the other." I don't know.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Darlene Mitchell, who is also wearing. So this, I knew what she was going for because it is so clearly an X-ray, and this to me is like, this is funny drag, right? I understand the concept, but I don't want anything else. Also, why is your head not on?
Yeah, I love Darlene. She is still one of my dark horses. Like, and even though I gave it to her a little bit at the beginning of this podcast, like I want her to win. She's still my winner pick. Like, this is my girl. But I agree. I think just she needs some editing. She
Yeah.
needs editing. She needs a little bit of she needs a way to rein it in. There's a lot of concepts going on, but I think that that's what happens when you have someone that is free to express themselves without the politics of being out in the open all the time. So I appreciate the openness and honesty that she brings to the competition. But I'm like, girl, it is Drag Race. So you got to edit just a bit. But I'm here for you, girl. I really am.
Don't you get the sense that if she were on like season 7,
Ooh, murder.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Season 8, season 7, season 9, I feel like she fits with the kind of conceptual out there kind of queens who also brought something to the competition that was that like unique perspective, right? And I were before people were spending outrageous sums of money to come onto the show with outfits and such, and I don't want to sit back and say that like I don't think that this has value or anything. It clearly did well. I think it is the only thing that held her back from the win, because if I'm going to be honest, like I felt like she to me was so funny, but
she was. The Jennifer Coolidge note from Michelle was perfect. She took that and she ran with it, and it worked. And
you better, if Michelle Visage or RuPaul or Ross Matthews or Carson Kressley or anything like that give you a note and you run with it, welcome to the top most of the time, right? And if you can truly take ownership of that note, which she did, I thought her characterization was funny. I thought she did a great job, and I got a really good sense of like, okay, well, I'm just gonna be silly. And it really reminded me of like how loose people were able to get with the John Waters sketch, with like Ginger, Kennedy, Katya in particular, how like ridiculous they got with it. Like this was the kind of energy I got from her, and I don't know, I hearken back to those days of of yore when it comes to Drag Race, and I love when I get a little bit of nostalgia with these newer queens with it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I still don't entirely understand the look, but I'm glad that it exists in a way. So I'm rooting for you, Darlene. I am. Like, you're my girl this season. I love it. I do.
I love her. I really am. I think the reason why we were so hard on her in the very beginning is because we're like, girl, don't let it get to you. Don't let it get to you. We see what's happening. But speaking of people who I think it got to, was unfortunately Vita Von Star, who has had it in her mind since the beginning of the competition that like acting and such is like not necessarily her strong suit, which is unfortunately proven to be true in a couple of these episodes. We do find her in the bottom 2, and she is eliminated this episode.
Yeah.
Aman, what did you think of Vita this week?
I didn't. What was interesting, it was that like I felt like, and I guess it kind of harkens back to like what you were just saying before about Darlene, about like if this were another season, it'd be fine. I don't think that her performance was like the worst that we've ever seen, but it wasn't good for this season, I guess. But at the same time, there was such a sense of dread when she got kicked, you know, like there was such a sense of like, oh no, not you. Like everyone was on the same page about her going home. And I think that that's kind of like rare with Drag Race contestants. Like, you know, there's always going to be drama with these queens because it is what it is. The gays be gaying, right? And
gay people? Drama? What?
But it felt like everyone was like, I don't want to see you go. And the fact that she was so congenial about it. Like, those are my sisters. Like, I'm sad, but like I'm taking each and every single piece of them with me. Like, I loved that. I really did. And I did not foresee her going, but I understood why she did go.
I'm not gonna lie, this was a gag for me. Obviously, anytime a challenge winner, and she had won, was it the third week or second week? She's clearly a force, right? And I think, you know, people like her and Darlene, Discord in some ways. I mean, these are all queens who don't necessarily have like this huge, gigantic drag community that they're relying on, right? Or and especially in Vita's case, like she talks about, I'm by myself. I'm in Alabama. I'm by myself. I don't really have a sisterhood like this, and I'm fighting in the middle of a very red area of the country. And to come out here, and I'm not saying anybody who comes on the show, even if they don't have a drag family, like doesn't have support, whatever, but you have to say that there is a privilege of coming onto Drag Race if other people in your family are there, or people that you know and perform, or people that you've been around so you can
having support.
Information.
Yeah.
That kind of support is a true privilege. And I have to imagine that despite how incredible of a pageant queen she is and how her track record as such, this is a very different kind of pageant, and this is so hard. And I have to imagine that there was a lot of this that ended up being more about her finding community than necessarily having to prove to anybody else what she has to offer. This outfit has a really cool concept. I think it is too naked of a, it's just basically like a bathing suit, you know, like a bodysuit with some gloves and then a couple of appliques put on in different places, right? Like, imagine if she had kind of like one of those swooping kind of things as like a half skirt on one half of her body that flipped out like a little bit or something, right? Just something else that could add to that could be a little bit more within the theme. I think could have elevated this particular look. I got to be honest with you though, Aman, I was very bored by her in the challenge. And her biggest challenge, honestly, with this was that she ran out of time. She didn't know
she ran out of time,
and it ended up being kind of a hodgepodge thing. And I ultimately, that's gonna get you.
I think, yeah, there was a lack of a proof of concept. There was a lack of lack of direction, you know. That's not everybody's strong suit. But in a challenge like this where it needs to be, you're gonna fall short. So
yeah,
as lovely as she is and as sad as we are to see her go, I completely understood why she was in the bottom. And I did think that maybe there was a way in which she could have won her way back, but like, girl, you got landed with Juicy, and
girl, it was going to be Juicy or Mia. Like, come on. And I gotta also say this too before we talk about anything else with Vita. That light blue eyeshadow on her. Oh my god! Like even when she's standing up there and like the competition is, you know, over and as she's about to say goodbye, like I just was so captivated by how gorgeous, like it just looked like airbrush on her. And I was like, I know that you're going through something really emotional, but you look really pretty. Like that was all in my head. But oh god. Do you want to talk about the lip sync right now while we have both of them now that we've talked about them?
Sure, let's do it.
Let's jump to it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's been a while since I have felt like this about a damn lip sync. Oh my god. Juicy. Fuck you, bitch. Like so good. So good. And I am a Dua Lipa truther. Okay. Like I love Dua Lipa. She is the queen of the pandemic. Okay. The Future Nostalgia is the album of the pandemic. It is the pop album of 2020. I won't hear a fucking word against it. It was such a huge thing for her to have to follow that up. And I don't necessarily love the next album. I think it is a bit of a, I won't say sophomore slump because Future Nostalgia was the sophomore album. So this was like a junior
gap year.
Yes, a junior gap year. I don't love it, but I don't think that's all to do with her. I think that she just like happened to release a very good pop record in the middle of a time where people need a pop music, right? And that's not her fucking fault. But Houdini is a hit.
It's a banger. I love Houdini.
It is such a banger. It is such a bop. And for these two to be the ones that put it through on Drag Race, girl. And Vita, I am so sorry. Juicy got your ass. She got your ass. Like it was the part, the pre-bridge, or I'm sorry, I'm so confused. I don't know how to talk about the song, but like there's a part where Juicy does back handsprings,
like 3 of them in a row.
2 in a row, but to the beat of the synths. I'm like, oh girl, you know the song, you're a queen. Like
then into the like flip into the flip into the split on the downbeat, on the huge downbeat, by the way. Oh god, I paused it at that moment and I got up and I walked away and I was like, I cannot continue watching this lip sync until I process that move. And so then I rewound it a couple times and then I went, okay, now I can watch the rest of the lip sync. So that's how I watched it. That moment happened and I went,
this is the first time that I have felt old. And I am not old.
We're approaching 70. It's okay.
This is the first time where I was like, Jesus, my bones. Like,
she gonna jump from there?
Like,
oh my god. It's that I mean, so first of all, #1 lip sync obviously of the season so far. I can't wait to see if anything comes close. I genuinely had this moment of like, I thought it would be Mia versus Juicy after I listened to the song cut. Like, why wouldn't they put Mia versus Juicy in this? But that tells me that they want to hold on to this Juicy Athena Mia drama for a little, well, not drama, but like cohort for a little longer. So, but like you said, Aman, I mean, Vita, you put up a valiant effort, but
I'm sorry, girl. It wasn't going to go it was not going to go your way. I'm so sorry. And whew, but I'm glad that it happened.
Boy, what a lip sync. That's the best one I've seen, I think, since Anitra versus Sasha Cole.
Sasha.
That's how I feel.
Oh, so good.
All right. Good. Let's get back to the queens. We are at Athena Dion looking like a 60-year-old Karen on the runway.
Yes, that's the perfect.
Do you not get this? Okay, I'm gonna tell you exactly who this woman is. Are you ready for this?
Please tell me.
This woman is someone who is a very wealthy, affluent woman on the like Upper West Side of New York, who
Yes.
is very involved with the art scene and fashion and such, but is not in those industries as a career. She's like a patron of it, but like very well known and will show up expecting and like looking like that. This is who this was to me. Athena
Is she on the
said,
first floor of her building or the top floor? Which one? Does she want the convenience or does she want the luxury?
honey, she is not quite at the level to be at the top floor, or and depending on the. Okay, so here's a little history. Here's some fun facts. Ready for this? Those huge buildings that are all on like the Upper West Side and Upper East Side of New York that are huge, like those old luxury buildings like the Dakota, which is where John Lennon lived and where he was shot outside of Central Park. That particular building, those buildings like that, if you were on the first or second floor, you were the richest people because they built the ceilings to be so much taller there because that's how you could get art and all these other things into the buildings, all the pianos and that kind of thing at that time would like.
Okay, love this history. Love this history.
If you were higher up, obviously you're still rich, you're in that building, but you wouldn't be at the same level, quote unquote, literally and figuratively, as you would on the lower levels. So there you go. So she to me is like a middle of the road. Like she thinks she's richer than she is, kind of thing, right?
I feel that. Anyway, putting herself into debt to prove herself.
So with that said, I mean, I think Athena aged herself a lot with this look. And I like clearly wanted to be mother and grandmother, but I also don't hate it. I kind of love this Effie Trinket-esque vibe in a way.
Okay, Effie, there. Thank you. That's what I was missing. I was like, where is this going? I see that now. I'm interested in the fact that Michelle was like, oh, my favorite thing about this look is the gold lining in the inside of it, because I could not see it before she said that. And then she, revealed it. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay, good. What this gives me is so much of, and I could be completely off base, but it's giving me so much of Whitney Houston and Rodgers and Hammerstein Cinderella. Ooh. I love it. Do you see it?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, no, I would not have pulled that out by myself. That is exactly who she is. I just like a cocktail dress version.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the hair. It's very Bird of Paradise in the back, and the makeup is slicey dicey for whatever reason, but I like it.
Yeah.
And was she the conservative ass hoe in that ad? Yeah. I consider myself triggered. So I think she did a good job. But I think that she was safe.
For sure, she was definitely safe. This was a pair that I felt like both of them were good, her and Mikey. I don't necessarily like, clearly she was not as good as Mikey, but I don't think I would have ever said, like, if they had done judging by pairings, I very much could have seen Athena in the top with Mikey, or I could have seen Nene and Discord, to be fully just transparent, as like winning pairs, so to say. I think that it was incredible that Athena couldn't outshine Mikey given a conservative woman to play as a drag queen. If like there's a drag queen out there, I'm sure everybody has seen this by now. There's a drag queen from California, from LA, called Lauren Banal, and she is incredible. She does an Erica Kirk like drag number.
Oh God, no! Really, there's Erica Kirk numbers?
Oh, Aman, you gotta look her up. She's incredible. It's just her in a red like blazer and everything,
this is her
looking
confetti
exactly
and
like
pyrotechnics and everything.
And she does like the evil eye, and they have like the sound effect when she does it. It's so fucking good. Anyway, so check her out if you haven't seen what I'm talking about. It's all over the internet. She's amazing. But that's the kind of thing, right? Like we assume that if you're going to be taking the piss out of something, especially when you are given the one thing that truly has a political voice that can be attributed to what our current political system is, I just felt like Athena could have gone way. Like imagine if Jane had done that, right? It would have been over the top. This was like trying to be a little believable, which I totally get because I think that's more of Athena's vibe, is like a little bit more realism, so to say. But I don't know. I feel like she could have just gone a lot farther, because think about how far Mikey Meeks, who's next and is our challenge winner, was able to take a party girl. What was it? Stephanie. I forgot her last name.
I forget it too.
God damn. It was so funny. This is the kind of thing that I love, right? Take something that seems like it would be a know-nothing part, but because you are just like, whatever, I'm just going to be the star of the show, party girl.
Party.
Oh, Aman. I'm so happy Mikey got like retribution this week.
Yes, me too.
So
I thought that she did a fantastic job. The cracked out party girl, cocktail dress ass, riding up the panties shit was so up her alley. The paint job was a little crazier than challenge, but fine. But this look, I love this look. I love it so much. I know that she kind of cheated because it's just plastic, but it looks so good. Like it's she's like, I'm gonna dress up as a pinup model and I'm gonna put on this see-through ass plastic ass shit. Like, and it works because yes, you named the game.
This was genius. Sorry, I'm laughing for those who are listening because Aman's mic muted him, and I saw his a little yell of exasperation while he was muted. What I love about this outfit is that, what I don't like about this outfit is that it's not good for television, right? When she's walking on the runway, it's really hard to see it. When she's when you're looking at it more close up, what I appreciate is that it is so clearly, this is just what the woman wears to the office, right? It's a bra and panties. And I mean, I personally don't wear thigh-high stockings, garters, and a girdle like that, but I'm sure there are lots of women who do. And then this is the idea of this clear suit over it. It's so smart, not just from like a look perspective, even though I don't think it translates well on television, but I think it is also just such a good commentary. Plus it's a pinup illusion. There's so many aspects to it that I'm like, yes, that's amazing. Love it. And I love her stupid little briefcase that is not see-through that she's bringing with her. And the glasses, the high pony, everything's great. But it's just so stupid that it's smart,
I love it.
I love it.
I love it. I love it. I'm not on the correct mic, but I love it. I love the flimsy film of it all. It's giving it to me, and I just girl, yes. If you're going to continue on in this competition, yes.
Make them eat it. Make them. In the words of Latrice Lorel.
Heart out, Kate Middleton. Eat it out. Eat it out.
All right. We have our last pair, which is Discord Adam starting us off with this pair. They were both safe. Discord's outfit was a biblically accurate interpretation of an angel. I loved this look. I love the idea of the see-through, plus having the idea of see-through when, biblical angels are supposed to have a whole bunch of eyes and that kind of thing. Like they're not just like some beautiful thing. And I just love that the see through, like angels see through you, right? Like they have the eyes that are sitting there. There's just aspects of this and like layers that are just so smart to me. And plus she looks amazing. I was blown away by her in the challenge this week. I genuinely didn't know what to expect from her, and I loved that she was Data's sister.
Club 96. Just very much that. That's, he won the game that way. Club 96.
Club 96.
Bring it back. Be self-referential. Do what you need to do. I love that Michelle said Gaga's gonna love this outfit. Gaga would have loved several of these outfits.
Facts.
And no, yeah, like Discord. You know what? And this is to you, Matt Lagori. Sorry to be persecutory on this podcast. Your bitch ass told me that me liking Discord and thinking that she has a shot at winning this competition is way off base. Bitch, they liked it. They liked it, honey. They liked it. Are they going to? Is she going to win? Maybe not. I don't know. But is she surviving right now? Is she giving the judges something that they want right now? Yes, she is. So, bye, Matt. Bye.
I would love nothing more than for this season to end with Discord Adams winning. Could you imagine if Discord Adams won this season? And by the way, I'm not saying this as if it's a laughable idea that she wins. I'm saying because it's such a different take of what we envision how the season would end based off of what we've seen, right? The fact that she is not being completely persecuted by the judges with her runway walk is a very, very good sign of everything else that she is bringing that production loves. And every week I'm blown away by what she's doing. Well, except for a couple of times on the runway. And she's
not perfect. She's not perfect.
No, girl, as if I could go on the runway. Like, again, who am I to talk? But I loved this runway. I thought she was very entertaining in the performance.
I love the crustaceous thighs. That's all I can think of is the crustaceous thighs. They're so studded and hard and lovely and supple and beautiful. Love it.
Supple thighs. And last but certainly not least is Nene, who was also seen as safe. Aman, break it down for me. How did Nene do for you this week?
She was okay. She was okay in this challenge because she was remind me of the prop for her.
Oh, sorry. They were doing the legality of Kai Kais.
Yeah. She was okay. I do really like this runway though, because it's very candy.
I want candy. I gotta tell you, this is my favorite runway of the week. This is so fucking smart. And I'm gonna tell you exactly why.
Not mad about it.
Do you see that it is just her name posted over and over on the edge of where it says Nene, all along the top of like the top edge, and then all throughout the body area, it's saying Nene Coco. It is her name put as if, which when you think of it, Nene, Ninicoco. It's so easy to do that kind of replicative of pattern and do it in different. They're the same font, but it's different sizing. And this time we're going to do it this way and make like a pattern out of it. I think it is so smart. She is beat all to hell. She looks great. The fact that she was able to remove this top portion and reveal her head as if she is the candy herself and that she is just wrapped up for your pleasure is just absolutely incredible. Can you tell this girl's been taking improv?
As you should, bitch.
Yes. But also, like, look at how in the second picture on the bottom, for those who are watching the video, you can tell that it almost looks like shorts or something underneath, like her legs are shorts, but they're not. It's so smart to me to make it look like a candy wrapper, like a hard candy, see-through candy.
Fun.
It's so fun. Now, that said, I felt like her performance was the epitome of safe. I mean, it wasn't anything super bad, nor was it anything super dynamic in a good way. I felt like she felt kind of lost. Discord, I felt, carried this a little bit more for them. She did not flounder, I don't think, but I don't think she was at the level that she normally would be.
Yeah, no, I think that this was definitely an off week for her, but I think that she is still like very, very present in the moment. And like, it was interesting, the bit of discourse between her and Kenya, because to me it felt like Nene was just trying to be like, oh well, I
It's I truly think Nene is, I mean, this is the case for literally all of them, but I think Nene is such a heady kind of queen, like, where everything is so smart that if something isn't making sense in her environment, it can throw her off a little bit. And I think that she had reservations about going into this with Discord, because Discord ranked her so lowly, and then they get together, so she's already in doubt about that. Well, then Discord's actually doing really well, and she's having a hard time figuring out what she should really do, and she's not feeling comfortable with how to film it. Like, there's just all these things where all of a sudden I feel like things that normally wouldn't trip her up, maybe if she didn't know it, it wouldn't get to her as much. Like, I think those rankings really affected her. This is coming off of her feeling like 2 weeks ago she should have been placed closer to the top. And there's a lot of people who are now coming out like, oh yeah, we had all of these different kind of alliances and such. And I think her and Mikey are rightfully a little miffed about that, right? Mikey's the biggest victim of it, but Nene was like, so y'all didn't vote for me because you promised other people you're going to vote for them? And then when both Discord and I get really good, we're probably the pair that got the best critiques of everything on the runway. Like, no one has to say anything about maybe one of us being the running. Now, let's be fair. Neither of them were in the running. Okay. Everybody that they said, oh yeah, we think it's gonna be Jane, Darlene, and Mikey. Guess who was in the top? All of them. But I am hoping, similar to Darlene, that this isn't going to be a recurring theme with Nene, where she kind of puts herself in her own way.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's not the case either. And I don't think that it will be. She's giving me very much Lucky Star. Not Lucky Stars. Not Lucky Stars.
I was like, I hope not. She went home so early.
What's the other one? What's the other one whose name is Star? Oh my god, last season.
Oh my god.
Y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Sam Star, thank you.
My favorite drag queen from last season. How could you forget? Sam Star. Love Sam. No, here's the thing.
That's right. Love pink. No, that's what I'm getting.
No, you know what? I see a lot of that. I know what you mean. Yeah.
And to wrap it up, literally, pun intended. This I took improv too. I'm kidding.
Oh, she's someone. Oh, bitch can say a pun too.
I do appreciate this look. It's giving very much, if I reach into my grandmother's purse to grab a little something sweet, he's going to be there. And that's what I love about it. So, you know what, girl, you understand the concept, you understand design, and I think that will take you far no matter how far you go in Drag Race. So Good for you, sweetie. Love the knees
Sweetie,
and
shut
the
up. Oh God. She's just gonna have a man unwrap her just to take a little lick. You know that okay. We're gonna get absolutely told we can't even put this on YouTube. Let's before we get copyrighted, not copyright, but pulled off of the air. We want to also honor the new kind of tradition that we're trying to do here on the podcast and do our kind of queen highlight of the week. This is a local queen shout out that we're trying to do every week. And what we want is our listeners, our patrons, anybody who has a gay venue or a drag venue, a drag artist, whether it's somebody that you know locally or from social media.
Oh, so good.
So this week we are excited to showcase Mr. Ms., who is actually Mikey Meek's drag mother from Orlando, Florida. This was submitted by Dalla Danielle, who is also an Orlando stand-up comedian. So please go check them out at Dalla Danielle on Instagram and follow them. But they're a patron of RHAP, listened to us and said, okay, you have to have Mr. Ms. on here. Mr. Ms. is also someone who fights and advocates for both immigration and LGBTQIA rights very vocally down in Florida, which is obviously a very important state for us to be doing that. And from what I saw on their Instagram, holy crap. So definitely worth a follow. Please go ahead and shout them out by giving them a little follow. And also follow Danielle. If you have a queen that you would like us to showcase, please feel free to either add it on the Drag Race Discord channel and at me and or Aman, or you can reach out to either one of us in Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, whatever. And if you have, also like tweet at us or something to make us know, just in case we don't check our messages all the time. I just want to put that little caveat. I'm addicted to my phone, but there are times I'm like, oh, there's a whole other folder here that I didn't know I got something from people. So, but thank you so much to Danielle for this amazing shout out. And please go ahead and follow Mr. Ms.
Yes. Follow Mr. Ms. Thank him or her for being such a like fighting force in a time where we really need a lot of the fighting forces. So yeah, everything she just said.
Yes, you know, we're all about community. Like we talked even with Vita and how this was really great for her to come to Drag Race and find a sisterhood to align herself with and that kind of thing. I mean, community is important now more than ever. So this is part of the reason why we're trying to showcase this, just in case, hey, maybe you're traveling to Orlando and looking for a show or some people to follow other than just the Drag Race girls or people who maybe the Drag Race girls are hanging out with or related to in the drag families and that kind of thing. So please, let's use this as an opportunity. Let's showcase people. Let's spread community, joy, and love through the LGBTQIA+ community. Aman, other thoughts, things that we didn't talk about from this week's episode that you wanted to make sure we hit on?
No, I don't think so. Again, this lip sync was one of the best. I hope it goes down in the annals of Drag Race history. So good, just so good. But other than that, I'm good.
I'm surprised Drag Race hasn't pulled that one out yet as like a, you know, RuPaul. Okay, when RuPaul obviously listens to this podcast, he's gonna be like, next Drag Race season for All Stars, I'm gonna be like, you'll go down in history in the annals of drag history as one of the best queens. Anyway, I feel like that's a definite to happen. I think that this is a really interesting cast. It continues to confuse me as to where the edit is going with certain queens, and I like that. And so I'm really excited to see what we're able to see this next coming week. The challenge this next week, I believe, is I got to scroll down. I just had it. So sorry. I have no.
Because I just watched it again, like 3 hours ago. Oh God, I can't remember either.
Monsoon. Okay. Well, clearly Aman and I have exhausted our brain power for the day. So we will leave you here. Aman, where can people find you and to both message you in case they have a suggestion, as well as to keep up with what you're doing?
You can follow my crazy ass at Aman Adwin on all platforms. I'm there and at the Diary Room podcast with Matt Ligori, trying to whittle down who is the best Big Brother player of all time. 6 players enter, 3 will leave, and we are just now starting round 2. So yes, I'm sure Beth will be here at least a dozen more times with us to help us do that. So follow me and her and all of us.
We'll see if I get
that
any
process.
Canada season 9 people like I did. I got like 3 of them.
You did. You did.
I was like, oh shit, I watched this season, but I have to like refresh myself. But
I hate when we have people on that like have a vast knowledge and it's just like constricted to one. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
that is a very generous thing to, if you were alluding to putting me in that category, because I feel like compared to most people, I'm like, I haven't watched anything before
oh,
season.
Beth, you're better than most. You're
Okay.
better than most.
Well, I'll take that. As a Leo, I appreciate being told I'm better than most. And therefore, you should follow me on my Instagram to keep up with my better than most photos at AugustaWind11, or you can follow me on Blue Sky at Beth-Dixon. And I'm kicking it with Aman week to week. We're going to be chatting about Drag Race. So we look forward to seeing you either on Sundays or Mondays, sometimes Tuesday morning. Sorry about it. When we drop, just be aware, Aman and I are busy peoples, and we're trying our hardest to get this to your ears as soon as possible. So thank you for all the love and support, for watching, for listening, and thank you to the Drag Race team behind the RHAP team. I mean, not the Drag Race team. Well, thank you to them too, but the RHAP team behind the scenes. And we will see you all next week. Bye.
This is RHAP. We know reality TV.